Mustache had something in it. Big up, people. How we doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, and Liverpool still suck. It's Monday. We're still pretty shit. But don't worry, guys. Antoine Semenyo has a 65 million pound release clause. Do you see the narratives? Do you see the narratives that everyone's pushing? All of the sudden, all of the sudden, everyone wants to talk about transfers. All of the sudden, everyone wants to sit here and they want to say, look at how this guy will save us. Look at how this guy will save us. Look at how this guy will save us. It reminds me of a stream I did 4 weeks ago. Why are we talking about transfers? Is the name of the stream. Streamed 1 month ago. Why are we talking transfers? Question mark. Well, now that's all anyone will talk about. I mean, listen, I get that it's an international break, but that's all anyone will share. And it's not anything that's particularly new either. I feel like we were hearing this for the few weeks leading up to the international break. Hey, big up, man. It's a $15 hoodie from Costco. Get to your local Costco and buy the cheap clothing. Unsavable, huge shark. I can't really say you're wrong. Let's just put it this way. I don't think anything that will come into the club will save us. Let's just put it that way. I think that we can make improvements, absolutely. I think that there are players who are available that can improve the side. But again, I turn back to my original metaphor. You're taking me from a D to a C. Either way, I'm not an A. So what's the point, you know? Again, I believe that everything that can save this football club is at the football club. And I'm not going to be one of those fans that says I need another 150 million pounds to unlock the 500 million pounds that I already spent. Are we turning into Chelsea, guys? Liverpool fans in the chat. I know that there's rivals in the chat, but are we turning into Chelsea Football Club? Are we just going to start throwing money at problems? Is everyone just going to get on board now that we can finally spend money and the club has proven that we can spend money? Is everyone just going to say, we need to spend more? Is that what people are going to do? This isn't official. This is just news. Bro, it's international break. Of course this news is going crazy. I realize I gotta shave. Listen, Rusty, big up to you. Now, obviously, the title of this stream is Someone Thinks I'm a Cunt, and we're going to get into that. But I had to go back and I had to dig through some of my streams, and I noticed that I look like shit, and it's because of this. So, Krusty, big up to you. You have made me realize how crusty I get. So, I will shave. I will absolutely shave. I will be more on top of it for you. Indirects. What do you mean by indirects? I don't understand. What's up with all these indirects? Oh, no, no, no. It isn't a cuck, it's a cunt. Kayun, can you elaborate if you're still here? I don't know, bro. But if there's anyone that I talk about, I I put them up on the stream. I put them up on the stream. I know, bro. And I gotta shave the Callum beard. more often than not. Actually, that's not fucking true. You know what I look like with a beard? Give me a second. I think I look damn good with a beard. Have you ever seen what a caveman looks like? Look at that. That's me with a beard. That's an unkept beard. Now, I do look like a serial killer in this, but that is a beard. All right. I grew that out before I moved out here. I told myself I'm not going to shave. Oh, 100%. But I don't care. I definitely don't care. Anyway, let's get into what this stream is about. It would appear that the humble words of an American Yankee in Los Angeles, California, have gotten under the skin of someone else. And I don't understand why. I feel like I've been very respectful to people I criticize, except for Lawrence McKenna. I feel like Lawrence McKenna is the only guy that I have blatantly shit on with a total disregard. Um, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a fair assessment. I feel like the only person that I have given zero respect to is Lawrence McKenna. Um, Outside of that, I feel like I've been very respectful of my critiques, and I always make sure to, before I get into something, I say, "Hey, I'm not disagreeing to just disagree, but listen, some of you guys have already put it into the chat. So let me give you a little bit of background, and then we're gonna roll the clips and we're gonna go through it because when you say my name and you arbitrate a word, a negative word to that name, I'm gonna respond. I'm not a bitch. Mama didn't raise a bitch. You want to shit talk, you can shit talk. All good, but I'm gonna stand on my business. Um, so I was chilling yesterday, and hey, listen, tomorrow makes 30 days. Tomorrow makes 30 days. So I was chilling yesterday. I had a Friendsgiving, and before the Friendsgiving, I was just hanging out. And I happened to see that a certain channel was live, and so I clicked on it, and I listened to what they were saying, and I made a couple of comments. I was just expressing my opinion. One of those comments was, "We don't play with a midfield." And the response that I was met with was as follows. Now, I'm going to play the response for you guys. Wait. Hang on. Fuck. Shit. Okay. I'm going to need you guys to tell me if you can hear this. All right. Now, I'm playing this because my name was mentioned. That's why I'm playing this. Even though I have the right. Actually, here, the first thing I'm going to say is if you put anything onto the internet, everyone on planet Earth has every reason to take that and react to it and provide their own opinion. Hey, 16 out of 10 opinion here, big guy. I think you might have the record for the worst takes of all time on Hussam's channel, but big up to you. Didn't mention his name. I mentioned points that he was making, but listen, we're going to get all into it. You can sit here, you can chat all you like. Anyway, just saying, if you're going to put anything onto the internet, you better be ready for people to react to it. And it's that simple. It's that simple. But either way, let's talk about what was said. Now, remember, to preface this, all I said in the comments was, we don't play with a midfield. But here we go.
Off with Salah,
Can you hear that?
which is not working. We have
Can you guys hear that?
our number 10 inverts
Okay, cool. You can
that doesn't have the intensity. We have a winger who doesn't press like Diaz. There is so many deficiencies in Liverpool, and I stress Mike's in the fucking chat. Mike, if you want to fucking debate, Get on fucking YouTube and let's fucking talk ball. Don't give me bullshit. Talk ball. Don't give me bullshit and say Liverpool have no midfield. I fucking look at the crux of the problem. I look at the root of the problem. I say this is happening because A and B and C. I don't run to D. I don't do that because I go for the source. And the source is Liverpool's ballers in the back line are not good enough to build up an attack. So the likes of Gravenberch, the likes of McAllister, and especially Szoboszlai have to go in areas to facilitate and aid that build-up. So don't give me bullshit and look for clout. If you want to fucking come on and talk about ball, get your fucking ass right now. Gene, fucking send him the link now. I want to talk to this fucking cunt.
Some harsh words. Some harsh words. Send him the link now. I want to talk to that cunt. Ah, you see, Ryan, this is why you are certifiably the worst possible arbitrator of truth on the planet, because I did ask for the link. In fact, Asim said he was going to send me the link 5 times. I received no link. I did not receive a link. No one sent me a link. None. No link was had. They said they sent it. They didn't send it. But either way, if you want to get angry, you can get angry. But I don't think I've ever called any creator outside of Lawrence McKenna a cunt before. I don't. I don't think I have. Still pictures don't send the full story. Chat, do I put still pictures, or do I put a still frame and then show you the entire sequence of what happened in said frame? Please, you let this man know. But anyway, this was the immediate response, which I felt was a little bit intense. I felt it was a little bit intense. Big up to this gentleman right here as well, because immediately after he said, "Let's be parliamentary," and then of course Asim said that he was reacting to me doing 20 minutes. Well, hold on. I call Arnie Slot a cunt, and I call Lawrence McKenna a cunt. And I also make sure that I preface this with, I'm talking about your opinion, not you as a person. But either way, that was the main brunt of the clip. Now, I'm assuming, first and foremost, I'm shocked that Asim even watches my content, because the video that he's talking about only has 900 views. But he also didn't do his research. I want to take you back to the very first time I ever reviewed anything that Asim made. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? This isn't about that. So this is the first time. This was 4 weeks ago. This is the first time I ever talked about Asim. Let's have a listen. I would not be surprised. But either way, we're going to watch this clip. We're going to listen to Asim break it down. And then we're going to counter him with logic. We're not just going to point and say you're wrong. We're going to provide a counter analysis the proper way. With our delusion-proof glasses on, here we go. Does that sound like I'm being disrespectful? If I am, can someone please let me know? If you guys feel like I was being disrespectful in my preparation of that, could you guys let me know? Now, when I was told that we don't play with the midfield, well, this was 4 weeks ago, by the way. This isn't just a reaction to the Manchester City game. But this was one of those images I was saying. So again, just for you guys right now, I ask you, can you tell me where the midfield is? Just, this is a completely different aside. Can you tell me what the difference is between our midfield here and every other game? Just saying, I'm just saying. But either way, I wanna take you to a different part of that stream because I actually defended Asim. Give me a second. Now, Nems, this is your content. I'm sorry, this is your comment, and you corrected what you were saying beforehand, but I wanna play it because I thought you were talking about someone else. So Nems types, "That guy is a clown," and I think that Nems is talking about Asim, but he's not talking about Asim. I'm gonna roll the clip. None of that. None of that. No one is a cloud, Nems. No one is a clown. People share their opinion. They have every right to share their opinion. Don't call someone who's sharing their opinion a clown, regardless of how right or wrong it is. We differ on perspective. All I'm doing is breaking down my own perspective. If you want to agree with that, you can. If you want to disagree with that, you can. Just provide evidence for your agreement or disagreement. No one who puts their opinion out there is a clown. No one. Am I being disrespectful? Again, I'm going to put my opinion to the side and I'm going to let you guys be the people who tell me if I'm being respectful or disrespectful. Was I just being disrespectful there? Could someone let me know? Okay. Now, Nems, to be very fair to you, you weren't talking about Asim. So let's go to your correction. If you were talking about Arnie Slot, I get it. If you were talking about Asim, just none of that. But if it's about Arnie Slot, listen, Arnie's not going to watch this, so I don't really give a fuck. Was I being disrespectful there? Again, I'm not here to be the arbitrator of who's being respectful and who's being disrespectful. I'm just here to show you guys what I'm seeing. Let's look at another clip. Let's look at another clip. Now, it's funny. I've been streaming for what, 4 weeks? And I think I've done, oh, yes, absolutely. I was being disrespectful to Arnie Slot, but I'm allowed to be. Let's look at another clip. And to be fair, I've talked about Asim 3 times over 4 weeks. And he's not the only creator whose takes that I have gone after. I went after Tom Little for 30 minutes, but Tom Little's my boy. I got no malice towards him. I've gone after Eddie Gibbs. I've gone after random Twitter accounts. I've gone after Lawrence McKenna for Lord knows how much time. And I've gone after Arnie Slot. But let's take a look at this because this was another stream that he failed to mention where I'm reacting to something that he said. Finally, we see someone with at least a little bit of sense. Chronic built-up issues leading to other issues. Thank God someone else is fucking finally talking about it. Does that feel like I was being disrespectful? Does that feel like I'm being disrespectful? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me if I was being disrespectful there? Thank God someone finally has some sense, I believe is the words that I said. And then I showed a tweet. Was I being disrespectful? Now, I did disagree with portions of the tweet, but then I explained why I disagreed with portions of the tweet. Now, if you get upset with my callous language, well, I just don't care. You know, if you take my criticisms personally, again, I just don't care. But I'm being accused that a line was crossed here, and so I'm being called a cunt. I mean, if you don't think Andrew Robertson is good on the ball, I would say open your eyes. If you don't think Konate is good on the ball, I would say I have provided categorical evidence to prove otherwise. But again, I'm not here to prop up points. I'm here to talk about something that was said about me. Now, let's go to the video in question. Let's go back to what Asim's saying. Let's finish this.
Game on the fucking.
Hey, come on. Let's
Don't give me bullshit. Don't talk about me and spend 20 minutes about me and send fucking send graphics upon me and talk about shit. If you want to fucking talk about me and talk about tactics and talk about ball, talk to me when I'm fucking there in front of the screen.
So Asim is angry that I analyzed his opinion without him on the screen. Okay. So the root of the problem here is it's that I analyzed your opinion without you on the screen. Okay. My only question is, do you have the same energy for everyone who subtweets you?
Let's have some parliamentary.
Well, I'll send him the link.
He, in fact, did not send me the link. Just FYI. Oh, also, completely forgot. Says at the 50th minute mark, Ryan said I was hiding. But check this out, guys. Ryan said I was hiding. I want to share something. So remember, this was 3 days ago. I did today. So that person asked, why don't I just debate him? And I said, I invited him. Let's take a look at this. I don't give a shit about airing DMs. Hey, Friday, November 14th. What occurred was yesterday, Sunday. Long time, not sure what your availability is like, but would love to have a tactical debate with you. I know we align on some things, but disagree on others, and think it would make for a good debate. Let me know. Big up. Was I being disrespectful in that DM that I was aired on, by the way? Was I being disrespectful? Is that a disrespectful way to approach someone to have a debate? I don't know. You tell me. Let's continue.
But Asim, it
I
seems
mean, no, he's right though. He's right though. And look, this next man's fucking making up graphics and putting them up on his thing. You're talking about Asim.
you don't.
So they keep saying that I'm talking about Asim. Clout chaser. So let me get this straight, Ryan. You think that I'm chasing clout by talking about someone's opinion? Are you saying that someone with 17,000 subscribers is like chatting at Drake? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say that his opinion carries the weight of Drake? I'm just saying. You know, if I'm clout chasing, I feel like I'm doing a pretty bad job. Just saying. I feel like there's bigger fish to fry in the world of clout. Just my humble opinion. But they said that I was talking about him, you know? It's like they took this personally, you know? But I want to go back to what I actually talked about. Because I gave my opinion, and obviously I was elaborating on it because the chat was talking to me, because that's what we do here. I engage with the chat. But I also showed evidence, you know, and this isn't a graphic, you know, like me playing this isn't a graphic. Also, Ryan, I ask you, who's that big, beautiful gentleman who's playing the ball and can't possibly pass? Again, am I showing a graphic here, or am I playing a clip of football? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just here to give my 2 cents on things. That's all. Is this a graphic, or is this a part of a game? Now, I'm assuming that this is the piece that they were talking about, because here is a tweet from Asim, and he talks about what the structure was for the team in this whole clip, right? But I took it a step further. I said, okay, this is the picture, but this is the actual footage. And then I played out the entire sequence, and I explained why I believed that taking that picture was disingenuous. Now, I should also preface this by saying that when we had the Civil War on Matt's show, I got into a little bit of a scuffle with Asim. And then Asim basically made an underhand remark about looking at still images, which kind of bothers me, because if you think that I only look at still images, you're basically proving that you don't watch anything I do, because I ask you guys all the time if I show still images or if I play things out, and you all say I play things out. So again, I'm a little confused at what all the hostility is. But let's finish this clip because there's only about a minute left.
Stuff like that.
We don't
I
need
don't
to,
agree with
we
that.
don't
If
need
you
to
want
give,
to come and get it.
listen. We don't need to give everyone airtime, first of all. Asim, there needs to be a bit of parliamentary procedure. Look, when you're speaking about football, Asim, and look, I think you explained the game in a beautiful way, and I know I'll give you shit, but look, people are gonna always have a rebuttal of where you're coming from. That's just the
You see, this man has sense, a rebuttal of where you're coming from, which is all I ever did.
crux of it. People are always gonna say, no, Asim, I think you're wrong here because this is what I feel. Opinions are there to be shared, and
Of
opinions are there
course,
to be
of
fought over.
course, of course.
You going on a rampant rage right now and quoting people how is not needed. This is
No. I'm reacting.
See, he says he's reacting. He's reacting. Guys, if that is, do you guys believe that's a healthy reaction to criticism? Again, I'm not going to be the arbitrator of anything here. I'm not going to say anything. But do you feel like that was a healthy reaction to the criticism and the context of the criticism that I shared with all of you? Is that a healthy way to respond to someone who says, this guy's not a clown? We don't call people who share their opinions on the internet clowns. Was that a healthy reaction? Is it a healthy reaction to call someone a cunt for disagreeing with you? I don't know. I'm not the arbitrator here.
Mike spent 20
Asim, I
minutes.
thought he's coming from me.
Wait. So he's not upset that I reacted to him. He's upset that I spent 20 minutes reacting to him. Okay. So would you rather me do it in 30 seconds? Would you rather me react in 30 seconds and give no explanation? Is 20 minutes a long time to explain something? I don't feel like it is, especially something that's as complex as the crux of a problem at a football club. But you guys tell me. You guys tell me. You know, I didn't say it, you did. Also, was I talking about him or was I talking about his footballing opinion? Can someone answer me that? I know that a lot of you guys have watched every second of me streaming, and big up to you. I appreciate your support. But was I talking about him or was I talking about his opinion? Which one? I know you're being facetious, Mohammed. Ryan, I hold your opinion in about as much regard as I hold this candle. It does its job when I light it to make sure that my room doesn't smell like shit, but its value is as simple as that when I decide to extinguish it. And all of a sudden, when it's no longer lit, the candle holds no purpose. It's now a decoration on my desk. Poof, there goes the smoke. You can even see the smoke. 16 out of 10 smoke. Do you know what I'm saying? 16 out of 10 smoke right there. It smells like it's 16 out of 10. I'll tell you that right now. It smells like wildflowers. And that's how I hold your opinion. I mean, number one, I don't even see you making content or putting your opinion out there. And number two, every time you do decide to put your opinion out there, there's other people out there who decide to say, hey, this is a 16 out of 10 comment. So again, all good, buddy. Your opinion, you're a big man, you're a grown adult. You can say what you want. I ain't gonna ban you here.
It is what it is. Look, I think Mike Dash does come on phone in shows and this and
He's a
that.
good
Mike,
guy. He's a good guy, man. He's a good lad. But the thing is, I think over the last few weeks, been going. If you're gonna put up screenshots of the next man, yeah, you're going to be expected to get it.
So he's saying if I put up the screenshots of another man, I'm going to expect to get it. So are you saying that this screenshot is copyrighted by Asim? Are you saying that this is proprietary material that is copyrighted and owned by one man? One second. Are you saying that because you put this on the internet that no one's, I mean, listen, if I'm getting this wrong, guys, if I'm getting this wrong and like you're not allowed to do this, please let me know. I mean, like, I'm gonna do my best to be as respectful as possible, but you are like next level slow. Where's the link? Where's the link? Ryan, you're the expert. You're the 16 out of 10 detective. Where's the link? Can you tell me these you can see the full DMs, August 13th, August 14th, October 3rd, 1 year later, Friday, November 4th. Where's the link? Do you see anything I can click on here? Hey, big up. Check this out. I am locked out of my EA account that is linked to my current Steam. I know, right? Where's also check out the serious activity in my Twitter DMs. You can see how active I am on Twitter. But where's the link, Ryan? Where is it? I don't see it. Do you? I don't see it. Yeah, I had to fucking tweet EA help. That just shows you the fucking state of EA. I had to tweet them to get them to fucking help me delete an old account. Anyway, this is the screenshot in question, but then here's what I did. I didn't bring up your screenshot. I brought up your screenshot to make a point, and then I played out the entire sequence. And if, as you all know, we went through the whole sequence and what happened. Hey, listen, there's no one on this platform that could bully me if they tried. Because if there's anyone who's more self-deprecating on the planet, I challenge you to a self-deprecation contest. You can't bully someone who bullies themselves. I'm sorry, you can't. What do you have against me? What are you going to say about me? I think that if you're chasing clout, you're going after someone of gigantic influence. And unfortunately, I don't think that 17,000 subscribers is equal to clout chasing. You know, I think if I went after Mark Goldbridge, I would be clout chasing. I feel like I'm fair in that, but you guys can let me know. Let's finish this because there's only like 30 seconds left.
On his show, and then speak about us in screenshot when next man's not there to bloody speak.
Wait, so you're not allowed to bring up what other people say unless other people are there. Okay. Guys, if any of you guys talk about Jesus Christ, I want you to shut your mouth because he's not here to defend himself, okay? Let's just get that straight.
About it, then you shouldn't do that. Bring him up and say, look, me and you bring it on. Fair play. That's
so he said, Sheen is saying, bring him up, fair play, bring it on. Okay, Sheen. I believe that is his name. If I got that wrong, I apologize. Again, I haven't really tuned into their content for quite a while. But he says I should bring him up, to which I then go back to 2 days before this video aired. Can anyone tell me if I got a response to me saying, hey, would love to have a debate with you? Big up. I mean, could I like, is this a disrespectful DM to ask someone to have a debate? Does Twitter have a new function where like you don't see people's replies? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the facts just like you guys are. Asim didn't say he weren't sending you the link, though. Okay, hold on. Asim didn't say he would send me the link.
The fucking chat. Stress, Mike. Like, if you want to fucking debate, get on fucking YouTube and let's fucking talk ball. Don't give me bullshit. Talk ball. Don't give me bullshit and say Liverpool have no midfield. I fucking look at the crux of the problem. I look at the root of the problem. I say this is happening because A and B and C. I don't run to D. I don't do that. The source. And the source is Liverpool's ball are not good enough to open attack. The likes of McCaffrey have to go to facilitate bullshit and look for clout. If you want to fucking come on and talk about ball, get your fucking ass right now. Gene, fucking send him the link now.
He didn't. Asim didn't say he was sending me the link. Let's watch it one more time.
Fucking send him the link now.
One more time.
The link now.
Hold on, one more time.
Send him the link now.
Wait, one more time.
Fucking ass right now. Gene, fucking send him the link now.
One more time.
Fucking ass right now. Gene, fucking send him the link now.
One more time.
Fucking ass right now. Gene, fucking send him the link now.
No. No. And not only did he not send me the link, because I have never conversed with Sheen one day in my life. Let's keep going.
I want to talk about me and talk about shit. Talk about me. Talk to me when I mean.
But
I'll send him the link.
He said, I'll send him the link. I don't even know what his Twitter handle is. I don't have his phone number. I have never gotten a link. So, again, hey, listen. Are you saying that he's not that he shouldn't be sending links himself? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you see, Bull, that's your opinion. And like, I don't really care, you know? I don't care if you think that his opinion is more right than mine. Again, as I already stated in the very first video, again, I know that there's people here who are late. So let's just go back. Like I said here, again, if you think that I care about who's right and who's wrong, I'm just going to refer back to this video. Oh, hold on. I want to share the tab, not the whole screen. Give me a second. You can think that I'm wrong all you want. Slot has drained. Thanks, Tony. We're going to listen to Asim break it down. And then we're going to counter him with logic. We're not just going to point and say you're wrong. We're going to provide a counter analysis the proper way. Yes. I am being very disrespectful, I believe. I've never spoken to him in my life. He doesn't have my number. He doesn't follow me on Twitter. So yeah. And also, I had reached out to him beforehand. I wish I was holding a big pair of tits. Are you kidding me? You ever felt a big pair of tits? I fucking wish, dude. Yes, I'm very rattled. You got me. Have I been rattled, guys? Chat. Is Matt right? Have I been rattled during this stream? Can someone help me out? Have I been rattled? Have I lost my cool? Have I raised my voice today? I don't know. Can you tell me? But Asim as a person is better than you. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Like, you say, I agree with you on Slot, get that in your head, but Asim as a person is better than you. Is that like, is that how you talk to people? You say, hey, I agree with you, but Jesus is better than you. What? Hey, I agree with you, but this random guy on the street, he's a better person than you. What? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Hey, bro, you're late. You're late to the party. You're late to the party. If you have to, go back and rewind it. I don't want to replay all the clips. All I'm saying is the very first time I talked about Asim was 4 weeks ago, and I didn't hear anything, and I was very respectful before I had broken it down. And in between those times, I had called out people like Tom Little, Lawrence McKenna, Eddie Gibbs, and a thousand others, Arnie Slot. You know, and then all I did was put a comment in the thing yesterday. That's it. You're right. Ryan, 16 out of 10. Always able to read the room. Always able to read the room. 100%. What was gay? Pick up though. I don't believe that the terms I don't think that the terms fixture, Liverpool, and easy should ever be put in the same sentence. Let's just get that out of the way. I don't think you should ever put the term fixture, Liverpool, and easy in a sentence on November 17th, 2025. In this season, I don't think that that is a cohesive, constructed statement. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't know, guys. Do you guys think that Liverpool are capable of having easy fixtures in the form that we're in? If Liverpool wasn't Liverpool and Manchester City had Liverpool's form, would you say that City are having easy fixtures? Hey, listen, big up Hussam. Big up Hussam. I've also gone after Hussam's opinions, so I don't hear him barking. I'm just saying that's a weird thing to say. You know, I would never go to someone who I respected and say, I think that this person is a better person than you. I think that you can hold that opinion all you want, but it's pretty weird to say that to someone. I don't know, chat. Am I wrong? Yeah, you know, this is the basic point that I don't understand. I mean, I don't think I said a single insult about anyone personally. I just talked about footballing opinions, and then I gave my constructed counter analysis. When did I start supporting the club then? Seriously, 2013. Officially, 2005. Hey, I, I'm not going to sit here after spending £500 million and say that we should spend more money. Why the fuck would I do that? That seems pretty that seems very cope. I'm worried about Salah in front of goal. I think he's been beyond poor in front of goal. I think that there's other reasons why he has been poor, and those aren't necessarily his fault, like the build-up structure and the sustained possession structure, and trying to isolate him as a touchline winger to beat a man one-on-one at 34 years old or one-on-two. But when he does finally get into those chances in front of goal, he's very poor. He hasn't been clinical. He hasn't gotten assists. He looks off guys who have better opportunities than he does. So again, you know, we had these same criticisms of Salah last year, but he had 46 GAs, so everyone sort of swept it under the rug. But now that the GA has dried up, are we making those same possible excuses? I know. I haven't taken the schooling very well. When I want to school someone, I just call them a cunt. Oh, 100% agree. He absolutely looks slower. He does not look up to pace, especially in front of goal. Give me a second. He's been very poor in front of goal. Listen, cunt is my favorite word on the planet, absolutely. This is a true statement. You are not technically incorrect. We are missing his pace and his press. But yeah, Joey, I don't like people knowing where my eyes are looking. I've come to realize that. It started as a gimmick, but then I realized you don't know where I'm looking. And I like that. Very Chad today. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Ryan has a show. What show does Ryan have? Listen, you can only judge what you see in front of you. You can only judge what you see today. Oh, I don't uh, I don't watch the US men's national team. I don't pay attention to American soccer. We call it soccer here. I don't pay attention to it. Pochettino's our coach. I think that our coach is ass. I think that our team is ass, and I don't think that our country cares. But knowing our form, we'll probably get spanked by Uruguay. You know, you keep saying this. I really wish I had tits to touch. Like, could you imagine streaming and you're just holding titties? Be great. Started streaming when we got shit. Bull, I have been going on people's channels for 3 years. I just never went on my own. And the reason why I went on my own was because I was tired of what other people were saying, and I disagreed with everyone. So I made my own channel, and I said my opinion. But I've been on YouTube for 3 years. So also, if I'm hunting for free subs and likes, I'm doing a pretty shitty job. Doing a pretty shitty job considering the fact that I don't have any other social media connected to this. I don't clip up my streams and post them. I don't have an intro video. I used one single thumbnail for every single video. I don't put clickbait titles. I put the same 3 hashtags. You know, you're right. I'm going for 1 million subs, and my actions are proving it. Listen, fan division is normal. Fan division is normal. Again, I don't think that the players should be. I don't think that. Let's put it this way: if you're a professional footballer and people online are getting in your head, I think that you're a weak person. It's just that simple. If you're a professional athlete of any kind and any online comments are getting in your head, I think that you are weak mentally. That might be a shallow, cold thing to say, but at the end of the day, you're the one whose natural abilities got you to where you are. And if it's that fickle of a mind that you hold, oh boy, are you in trouble. Because there's always going to be people who shit talk you, and there's always going to be people who hate you, even if you're at the absolute pinnacle of your abilities. Even when Kobe Bryant was the best in the world, there were people who were vehemently hating him. You got to rise above. You have to rise above it. That's a whole different conversation. I know, bro. It's. I love Soboslai, but bro, you did the whole crying face, right? You did the crying face celebration, and then you ended up crying. I mean, that's what we call poetic karma. I don't want to do any of these player watch alongs, bro. I'm not one of those guys who's gonna sit here and say I need to spend more money to unlock the money that I already spent. I'm not gonna do that. And again, my beliefs are very firm, and I've held the same belief for 5 weeks, and I have the video evidence now to prove it. It is an Arnie Slot problem, not a player personnel profile problem. And again, my core argument, I go back to, if your argument is based on the fact that we don't have the profiles to play this way, then why do we continue to play this way? You're basically just further digging the hole for the manager. Your whole argument is based on our backline carriers aren't good enough, our passers aren't good enough, our midfield has to do all of this extra work, our front line can't press. Okay. So why are we playing the same way? You're describing all of the deficiencies in our team that we see every week, but you're not asking yourself, why are we seeing it every week? Also, I like how all of this is coming after the City game when I first brought this up 5 weeks ago. But hey, I'm just a small creator, my own channel. Again, do you think that you know what the motivations are for my own channel? Do you think that everyone who goes on YouTube is trying to become Mark Goldbridge? Do you think that everyone who puts their opinion on the internet is looking for clout? Yeah, except that, you know what I'm going to do, Cyan? I'm glad you brought this up. I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to look through all of Enz's call-in shows that I called into last season, and I'm going to specifically go to wins, and I'm going to show what I said during wins. Maybe then people will start to understand that I've kept my energy very consistent regardless of result. Last year, I called out our performances even when we won games, and people gave me stick for it. It is what it is. I know. You know what I should do? I should just remove everyone else's opinion in my brain and make sure that every opinion I say is a unique opinion. What's a unique opinion that we can come up with right now? Andrew Robertson is the best left back in the world. I don't see anyone talking about that. I couldn't possibly be clout chasing because no one else holds that opinion. So no one else can counter me on that. Andrew Robertson's the best left back in the world. There you go. Yes, Nunez was very weak mentally. I mean, he deleted every single picture that he had of Liverpool. That is the definition of a weak mentality. Sorry, I had to take something out of my mouth. It's just snooze. Don't worry. No. I haven't received anything. I have had zero contact with anyone. And yeah. Hey, big up Pat. Pat, I'm sorry I didn't see this sooner. I'm sorry. But I appreciate the £5. Pat, I want you to know I'm not going to spend it on drugs. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate you. But let me read it out. Hi, big man. Just a little to help grow the channel to big numbers. Keep up the good work. Big up to you, brother. I appreciate your support. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for sending a super chat. Thanks for sending your hard-earned money to a random guy in Los Angeles, a Yank, no less. Appreciate you, man. Big up. The worst LFC manager I've ever seen. I don't exactly have a giant sample size because Jurgen Klopp was the manager for 10 years. Let's go Brendan Rodgers. Fuck Brendan Rodgers. No. I understand why you're comparing Nusa and Semenyo, but what I'm saying is that I don't see how any of those guys are going to fix the fundamental problems at the football club. Again, my basis is that, all right, when Assam says the back line can't pass, okay, that's fine. But what are the passes that Arnie Slot is asking the back line to make? Well, Arnie Slot, based on the first 11 games of the Premier League season, wants the back line to be the progressive passers for the front line. So he doesn't want the creators to be in the midfield. What I see is a manager who wants the back four to just connect to the front four and bypass the midfield and then create an overload on the opposition back line. That's what I see. So basically, you're asking our back four to all be Pirlo. And I think that that's fucking ridiculous from Arne Slot. I think that that's absurd. Your midfield is there to connect, and we don't have a connection. When I say that we don't play with a midfield, I mean it quite literally. And I love that people will bring up like average position. They'll go on SofaScore and they'll click on the players and they'll say, look at his heat map. Motherfucker, I have eyes, and we break it down and we show what we look like in possession and we show what we look like in transition. If you're going to sit there and go through all the evidence that I presented and say that we occupy the center of the park, well, then you might want to get checked for cataracts. You might have glaucoma. Listen, I just don't like Islam. I don't like Islam Makhachev. You can't say his name because if you say his name, people are going to think that you're talking about the religion. I just don't like Islam Makhachev. Haven't seen me celebrate a goal yet. Did you watch the Real Madrid game? Hey, he's entitled to his opinions. And we're going to leave his opinion. We're going to actually, no, we're not. We're not going to leave anyone's fucking opinions alone. Again, I think that the idea of putting a central midfielder into right back to fix the issues at the back line is ridiculous because every great team on the planet, the back line works cohesively with the midfield. And there's 5 or 6 players who are in the buildup. Liverpool have 4. Liverpool are also static in buildup. We don't move. Question for you. Is walking the number one attribute for all 11 players at Liverpool Football Club right now? Chat, you let me know. Yes or no? Is walking the number one physical attribute of every player at our team so far this season in the Premier League? Yes or no? You tell me. It's just Zins. Listen, it's a bit of a joke because it's a great clip. Big up, Nems. You know, this is the most out-of-pocket thing I think anyone has ever said in one of my live chats. But I can't exactly say that you're wrong. Out of pocket, but not incorrect. I know, but almost isn't did. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And guess what? I put my opinion out there into the universe on the internet. If anyone on the planet, if any of you make content, I'm going to do this. I give you explicit permission to break down my opinion and explain why you're wrong. You have explicit permission to break down my opinion and explain why I am wrong. As long as you provide evidence and logic to your argument. There you go. Now it's in the ether. This is a valid argument. We are future-proofing the club by buying young talent. But are you going to destroy the young talent? This is the question. Right now he is, in my opinion. Hey, almost is not did. This is why I don't run with the whole Jurgen Klopp on the fucking Mount Rushmore thing. The guy was 1-4 in European finals. He won 1 Premier League, and it was the one Premier League that wasn't even in a title race. Every time there was a title race with competitiveness, we lost. Hey, but don't ask them. Don't ask them. Guys, I want you to watch Manchester City the next time they play. And I want you to look at the way that their build-up structure is with their back three. Because in possession, they play with a back three. And if you don't think so, you don't watch ball. But I just want you to come back and tell me, hey, what did you notice the midfield doing when the back three had the ball? That's it. That's all I want you to do. I mean, I like running around and taking off your shirt, Mike. No. But I celebrated like a motherfucker when McAllister scored. Also, when I'm streaming, I can't be insanely loud. I just listen, bro. Islam just sat on top of JDM and it is what it is. I'm not I respect his greatness. He's one of the best fighters to ever live, but I don't like him. I want Slot out because I don't agree with his system that I believe he's trying to construct. I don't think that it will lead to consistent success. Hey, big up on you. I don't know how the fuck we got into talking about food, but medium rare ribeye, gorgeous. Although I don't like baked potato, I'll make it with rice, and I'll usually have like broccoli or asparagus. It is. Free roll. Free roll. Free roll. Again, Ryan Gravenberch's best attribute offensively this season, alongside with Alexis McAllister, is the ability to walk for 90 minutes. And again, there's always a disconnect between the midfield and the back line. It's always back line, front line, donut in the middle. So when I say that we don't play with a midfield, that's because we vacate the central area of the pitch. Even if the midfield drop, the front line stay 60 yards from the back line. So again, it's not doing me any good. Hey, if you don't like the way I behave, you don't have to watch. Exactly, bro. We don't play with energy. And that's another major reason why I have a massive problem with this manager, because he's pulled away the fight from the club. He's taken away the intensity and the energy. It's a pussy mentality, in my opinion. But that's on the manager. It's his job to set him up. I know. I don't buy into this bullshit. No player needs fucking time. I'm giving you the yearly salary of a fucking teacher in a week. No, I'm giving you the yearly salary of 2 teachers per week. Maybe even 3 teachers. If you're Mo, 10 teachers per week. Figure it the fuck out. Absolutely. I know. He is decent at adjustments, but this year he's been horrendous at adjustments. And all of his substitutions feel premeditated and fitness related and not actually to affect the game. Shara, the bullet. I like the bullet. I also like this new John Pork guy. I like Marab. I like Ilya Topuria. He's Georgian too. I like Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's Kazakhstan. That's more east of Europe, but let's just count it. So there's plenty. Arsenal always have numbers. Consistent success? No. Listen, I don't sit here and expect to win every trophy every season, but I expect there to be a real solid chance to win every trophy every season. There's a massive chance that you can win every trophy every year. That's what I expect, especially when you spend 500 million fucking pounds. I did not enjoy the fight. I also think that his leg kicks just completely exposed JDM. JDM couldn't move, he couldn't switch stances. It completely fucked him. My football idol as a player? Who's my favorite player ever? Who's my personal idol? Like, who carries themselves the best? Yeah, exactly, bro. Dude, there was one specific clip where Liverpool had the ball and City's press not only were they able to win the ball, but then they have so many options near them. Again, like, all of my criticisms boil down to the fact that our guys just don't have options. Like, Connor Bradley is forced to carry because it's either play a 40-yard pass or carry. Konate is forced to carry because it's either play a 40-yard pass or carry, or pass it backwards. Eventually, players are going to stop wanting to pass it backwards. That's all. Listen, JDM's leg got exposed, couldn't switch, couldn't defend the takedown. He was very flat-footed. Craig Jones did a poor job of preparing him for that fight. And also, I don't think that they respected the stand-up game. But Islam didn't exactly have to do a whole lot, and he couldn't even get near a submission, and he wasn't going for a ground-and-pound finish. And at the end of the fight, neither of them looked like they were really in a fight. Same thing goes with Shevchenko versus Wei Li. Wei Li was just way too small to be fighting Shevchenko, and Shevchenko did her best impression of her UFC Noche, where she just fucking laid on top of her opponent for 5 fucking rounds. It's that simple. Like, yeah, she won the fight, but I didn't like it. The only one who does that I like is Marab, but that's because Marab is a fucking awesome human being, and he beats fighters who I fucking hate, like Sean O'Malley. So yeah, I will be at UFC 323. Kayun, I will be there. I'm going again. I went to UFC 320. 323 tickets are fucking nothing. I'm going again. And then the next one's in LA. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go to a third in fucking 4 months. No, I think that if you look at last year in context, we built ourselves a great lead in the first half of the season playing a specific style, and then in the second half of the season, we played a much different style, and it wasn't sustainable or successful, but every time we dropped points, so did Arsenal, but you can't revise, and we won. So it is what it is. We were the champions. He's a great player. I don't think that he solves anything because, again, the front line is not my problem, and the back line isn't my problem. The problem is the middle of the park. That's my analysis. It's the connection point between the back line and the front line that I don't have any faith in. Hey, Dybala's not bad, bro. I don't believe I'm acting spoiled. I don't think it's spoiled to say that I want to watch quality football and a sustainable system and patterns of play after spending £500 million and winning the league. I don't. You're more than welcome to leave, Bull. You know, YouTube is a public sphere. There's only 65 people here. You don't have to be one of those 65 people. I'm sure there's a million people watching different live streams right now. More than welcome to go to one of those other ones. I don't need you. What, Umar? You prefer Umar over Islam? I was at the Umar versus Marab fight, and I got the whole crowd to turn on Umar because the whole crowd wanted Umar and I wanted Marab. Hey, I can't. I can't. You can't. You can't take videos. I mean, that's just way too much. Way too much. Bro, Dreykus lost to Sean in that first fight. That's just my opinion. I think that Strickland beat him in the first one, and they gave it to fucking Dreykus, which was bullshit. And then he got exposed by Hamzat. But Hamzat also did the same thing, even though Hamzat's was more impressive. Hamzat was more impressive than Islam because Hamzat didn't even bother with the stand-up. Hamzat didn't even bother damaging him. He just took him to the ground and held him there like he was a child. That was a fucking mollywhopping. Very boring, though. Very boring. Noah Lang? Sure. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I don't expect them to make those opinions public. Again, when the number one attribute of my team is walking, even during counterattacks, he won't have any help. Guys, the biggest problem that Cody Gakpo and Mo Salah face is how isolated they are on the wings. The fact that they have no one to play 1-2s with. And more often than not, the rest of the team has 4 defenders in between them and the ball. Again, that's not just a single screenshot in isolation. In isolation, I've showed like 500 of those. Big up. No Usman? Yeah, I said Usman. I said Usman Nurmagomedov. You like him more. I said I don't like him, and I watched Marab beat him. I don't think it's backtracking. I mean, I'm not backtracking. I'm so angry because my expectations have been destroyed and are now at the floor. That's why I'm angry. It's not backtracking. Oh, Usman Nurmagomedov, not Umar Nurmagomedov. Oh, fuck. Doesn't Usman fight in the other one? Didn't he fight that fucking Irish dude in the, not the Cage Warriors, but whatever that other promotion is? He's not in the UFC, right? Usman is not in the UFC, correct? Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I know exactly who this is. Bro, you know who was the fucking man and just fell off the face of the earth? Where is he? Zabit. You know, dude, I think that Zabit would have been the most insane fucking dude ever. That guy was a fucking killer. And then he just retired and dropped off the face of the earth. But listen, he had health issues and I get it. But he was so fucking good. Zabit Magomed Sharapov. Magomed Sharapov. Zabit Magomed Sharapov. Fucking elite. Yeah, he's not UFC. See, yes, you're getting it. You're getting it, but his ignorance comes in when you have to try and bypass the midfield with 4. That's where you fail. And I think that that's the crux of the problem. And even when enough guys drop, they don't fucking move. So again, I ask you this. If a player is in my own side of the half to aid with build-up, but he's stone-footed, is he even affected in the play? Like, we're getting to the point now where we're dropping players, but they're not moving. So, like, what good are you doing? What are you offering me if you're just walking around? Again, I really encourage you to go back and watch that City game and look at all of our build-up passages of play, and just look at everyone who isn't Kanate, who doesn't have the ball, and look at what they do, because 9 times out of 10 they're walking and they're doing nothing. Yeah, he went out due to health issues. He was fucking sick. Who else is sick? Dude, that Morales guy, what a performance. What a performance. Obviously Carlos Prates is just a fucking demon from hell. He's a man too, bro. You see how Leon was like smiling when he got knocked out? That was like his natural reaction because he was out cold. I love Ilya because Ilya has destroyed all my favorite fighters. I love that about the UFC. If you're a fighter who comes up and you beat everyone's favorite fighter, well, then you automatically have to become everyone's new favorite fighter because you've destroyed the heart so many times. I don't like Paddy Pimblett, no. I'm not a Paddy Pimblett guy. Especially since he's connected to Barstool, and I don't like Barstool. So, not a big Paddy Pimblett guy. And respectfully, if he fought Topuria, he'd get his shit fucking rocked. I also don't see how Topuria could go up to welterweight. You're asking Topuria to jump up 2 divisions to fight someone who's now fighting basically in their natural weight. Like, Islam looked clean at 170. It looked like it helped him. So, no. Yeah, but there's industry plants everywhere, bro. Like, this isn't a novel problem. They're all over the place. Islam is a fucking industry plant. I mean, Habib's father called it. You know, he called out what the career path would be, and obviously he had the one hiccup where he lost. But yeah. Hey, big up LFC Sai. I hope all is good with you. But my name has 2 A's, not 2 S's. Big up. I'm not just gonna back someone because they're a Scouser. That's just not who I am. Listen, if Patty beats Ilya Topuria, big up, bro. You'll shock the fucking world. But I fail to see how that's gonna happen. Again, bro, you could say this about anybody. You could say it about anybody. No. I don't know. I don't like McGregor. Listen, I think that McGregor at his peak was exceptional, but then all that cocaine got to his brain, and he stopped training, and he stopped wanting it. But he is without a doubt the greatest. He is the greatest promoter in any sport in the world. Conor McGregor is the greatest promoter, period, in history. That dude could sell. That guy could sell fish to a fisherman. That I don't even know the proper fucking thing. That guy could sell anything to anybody. As a promoter, no, he wasn't. He's the greatest promoter to ever exist. Not even a question. Hey, big up to you, Sam. Hey, big up. Big up. I appreciate you, Sam. Thank you for the kind words. No, but that's okay. You can call me out. You have all stream and you're still typing, are you not? Did I ban you for calling me out? Or did I respond to you? Which one, Bull? Did I respond to you or did I ban you? Listen, he was fucking good. All right? He was good. He was very, very, very good. But cocaine's a crazy drug, man. Well, when you say negative things about me, I'm going to respond negatively. When you say that someone is a better person than me, I'm not exactly going to sit here and give you a hug and say, "I love you, big guy." Again, you want to talk about people who were an industry plant? Bro, go look at Habib's record and go look at the first 70% of his fights and how they were against absolute fucking bums. Armino, big up to you. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. 55 and you're still fucking kicking it on YouTube? Look at you, big guy. You're in the hip. You're in the know. Period. Skibbity toilet. On God, cuh. All right, Chris, take a step away from the ledge. Conor McGregor would literally rip your dick off and shove it in your own mouth. Yeah, but also to be fair with him, his father died and his father was his coach. So I understand why he stepped away from the game, but I don't think that he's in the GOAT conversation. I really don't. My personal GOAT, Alex Pereira, but that's also incredibly biased, and I don't care. I'm openly biased about it. He's my favorite human being in the UFC. He's my favorite fighter, and he has destroyed the entire fucking promotion in 4 years. I'm a shite stabber? So you're saying that I take shits and then stab it? I don't understand that insult. British insults don't make a lot of sense to me. At least in America, we just say "suck my dick," you know? New York. What the fuck is Colorado style pizza? That's gross. There's only one way to cook pizza. Thin slice, New York style. Troy Dan? What? Cuh? He used to say cuh all the time? Cuh is like my favorite new age word. Oh, well, I mean, Troy Dan has 3.3 million followers, so I don't know what you're talking about. This guy is not small. He's fucking gigantic. So, why is there a picture of Lily Phillips in his fucking thumbnail? Very odd. The Knicks. Go Knicks, baby. I'm from New York. David Ornstein just tweeted. Okay, hold on. Let's get the live reaction. I'll give you the live reaction. He didn't just tweet. This was 2 hours ago. Yeah, this is just talking about the 65 million pound release clause. That's all. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube, bro. I know that it'll come as a surprise, but I'm very in and out. If you see me commenting in someone's chat, just know that I was probably there for 10 minutes and then I left. Hey, all I did was put forth what the evidence was, and I said, make your own opinion. That's all. Big up, though. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is that we have a community in this fan base that ball watches, and people only look at the ball, and then people only criticize who has the ball. Like when we're building up, guys, I don't know about you, but I get really bored of watching the same guy holding the ball. So I just look everywhere else and I ask people, what are they like? What are the other players doing? And if they're not doing anything, I call it out, which they never are. Yeah, that's a different opinion. All good. Disagreement more than welcome. Hey, don't tell people how to fucking chat. It was one thing when you sat here and you called me out. You don't come into my fucking space and tell other people how to conduct themselves. You don't tell what to say. You can tell me what to say. You don't tell other people in here what to say. Hold that. 24 hours. You do not tell other people how to fucking speak. You can tell me how to speak because I'm the one who puts my face up here. But you don't tell another person in the chat who's enjoying their fucking time sitting on YouTube how to fucking talk. I'm a free target. You target anyone in the chat, you're gone. That's the way it's going to be here. Because I'll more than happily argue with you and we can trade insults. But that person only has 200 characters to defend themselves with. It's not exactly a fair fight. So fuck off. Hey, big up, dude. Appreciate you, big guy. What? What is the relevance here? You've met people? I don't understand. What do you mean? Also, what is this in response to? I've met my local congressman. I guess I should meet Donald Trump. Exactly. Bro, you were just speaking sense. Greg, I don't have one, dude. I have not received anything. In fact, I reached out on Friday before yesterday, and when he called me a cunt, I reached out on Friday and I was aired. And then supposedly the link was supposed to be sent to me, but I didn't receive a link yesterday. So again, I don't really have an answer for you. But also, if that's how you're going to conduct yourself with all the evidence that I showed, and if a simple disagreement and logical explanation to why I disagree with your opinion leads to you calling me a cunt, I don't really think that it's going to be a constructive, healthy debate. Um, it doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem like a very good idea. You think I think I'm a prince? I'm a piece of shit, bro. I am not I'm not a saint, and I don't claim to be a saint. I'm not a perfect human. I'm not the nicest guy in the world. I'm not the greatest guy in the world. Um, I'm just me, you know. I have my trade-offs just like you do. Just like how you tell me that you're the best looking guy in London and I say that you're not. You see? Normal people. Exactly, bro. Guys, you need to understand that the off-ball movement, what you do off the ball matters 100 times more than what you do on the ball, because a player is only as good as the options that he has available to him. Unless your name is Lionel Messi, but no one in our team's name is Lionel Messi, and it's not 2012. He was angry that I broke down an opinion of his and then gave evidence as to why I felt that opinion was wrong. And he was angry that he wasn't there to defend himself on his very public opinion. And he was angry that I went on a public platform and pulled a public video and gave a public dissertation on my disagreement with said public video. And then he publicly called me a cunt for typing in his chat. So that's the argument. Again, do that what you will. I'm just explaining the facts. I'm not here to tell you what to think or what to feel. Everyone is entitled to the way that they act. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But if you put my name and the word cunt, I'm going to have to respond. You think GSP cheated? How long will I live? I don't fucking know, bro. Hey. All I'm going to say is if that's how you're going to act, if you get challenged, I don't really want to have a debate. You know, I feel like I stay relatively calm. I don't really scream. I don't raise my, I mean, maybe I raise my voice a couple octaves, but I'm not really looking to have a screaming match. What good is your word without evidence? What good is your word without evidence? That's it. You know, like you have if you only have your words to stand on, I say that you don't have a very solid stance. Bro, Vita on smoke today. Vita on smoke today. Vita, big up yourself. Maybe, maybe. Been slouching like a motherfucker. My posture today has been terrible. Let me lean back. Let me lean back. My posture's been so bad. Agreed, bro. 100% agreed. Hang on. Oy, Oh, you think FSG are protecting Arnie Slot over missing out on Gahey, and you think that Mark Gahey would have solved all of the problems. I hear you. I disagree, but I hear you. You think I look like Edward Norton? You think I could make it in Hollywood as an actor? I live in Hollywood, so I got half the thing done. Should I go become an actor? Should I give away this whole Liverpool thing? Acting would be fun. Listen, bro, people can respond how they want to respond. And more often than not, I'm probably never going to see people's response to my opinions. But I was there and I was called a cunt. So I simply responded. Again. If you take a flamethrower, don't be surprised if something burns down. That's all I'm going to say. Kev, this is a really good fucking plan. How much for my cap? 500 USD and it's yours. 500 USD and I will ship it to you. But it can't be a super chat. I don't want YouTube taking any of that money. It has to be a personal PayPal. $500. Personally PayPal'd to me. Yeah. But again, your tools are only as good as you use them, right? Like, tools are only tools. And a tool is only as good as the bearer, you know? At the end of the day, they're just inanimate objects, and someone needs to direct them. $500 Ass Air deal. Yeah, I'll ship it to you on Ass Air. Yeah. Free shipping and handling. 100%. Listen, you guys can come up with your own opinions. I'm leaving it there. I said my thoughts. I shared my evidence. I painted out the picture. Now you have the full scope. Now you can come to your own conclusion. Why would I audit? No, I have better things to do than walk up to police officers and explain to them how they're abusing my rights. Are you saying that I'm ugly? Saeed, I'm leaving this here until you respond. Are you saying that I'm not good looking enough to be an actor? Is that what you're telling me? We're going to wait. We're going to wait here. Say it with your chest. Say, you don't have a face for screen. Say it. Say it. Waiting. Kev, your name's not Saeed. Come on, say it. This is even more of an insult. Comedians don't have to be good looking. I didn't roast anyone. I wasn't roasting anyone. I was simply responding and reacting to someone calling me a cunt. You don't have high cheekbones or a defined jawline. You think you're gonna play this class action new age liberalness on me? Mm-mm, buddy. Shh. If that's true, then get them all out of the club. Yeah, it's all good. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole, man. I'm an asshole. Chris, if I sent you the link right now, are you telling me that this picture is going to be who shows up on the screen? I'll do it. If you dead ass tell me that that is you, I will put the link in the chat and you can come and show the world that it's you. There we go. There we go, big guy. I'm sure you are. See, this is why Nims is the GOAT. Yeah, but the thing is, if it's for comedy, it's not a waste of time. You know, if it was serious acting, I would agree. Did you know that Harrison Ford was a carpenter until he was 30? I want to say 33. He didn't start acting until his mid 30s. He was a fucking carpenter. So you can't live your life as though you are the rule. You have to believe that you are the exception to the rule. 450 is a little high. I'm more of a 405 to 425 kind of guy. Like if I'm cooking vegetables, 425 for 10 minutes, you know? 450 is a little bit high. I mean, you're almost at a broil. You don't want to broil vegetables. I hear you, bro. I appreciate you worrying about my time. I've already made this abundantly clear. No, I don't. I don't think that they will make. Okay, let's put it this way. I think that they can improve the team, but do I think that it will drastically change the team to all of a sudden work? No. I think you'll see minor improvements in multiple areas of the pitch, but the core issue will remain. No, I don't. Maybe we'll see a change in lineup, but I don't expect to see a change in formation or anything. Unfortunately, we will not be doing a watch along. That is a 7 a.m. game on a Saturday. So that's too early. I can't stream that early, but we will be here for a reaction. You bet your fucking sweet tits we'll be here for a reaction. But we will not be doing a watch along. Guys, if there's ever a game that's earlier than 8:30 a.m., I will not be doing a watch along. But we'll be here after. You can fucking take that to the bank. Roque Santa Cruz. Roque Santa. Whatever you say, big guy. All I'm saying is, if you spend £500 million and your next sentence is let's spend another £250 million, I don't know. I don't know, big guy. But he also is true. You know, like most gamblers fail because they stop placing bets. You know, there's one surety in life. If you stop betting, you're definitely not going to win. But if you bet, there's a chance. Once you stop, though, you'll never hit that jackpot. He's not the only one. The founder of McDonald's was selling he was selling milkshake machines until he was in his mid-50s. There's a billion others. Most comedians don't make it until their mid-30s. A lot of actors don't start acting until their early 30s, or at least start becoming known. So yeah. But also, if you're gonna get into that, you're like, it doesn't matter if you started when you were 4. The odds are ever stacked against you. Well, what are your big mistakes? And then maybe I can counter those. What's one big mistake and why? I know that you only get 200 characters. So what's one big mistake and why? Whose? You're right. Gamblers have great lives with amazing relationships and fulfilling lives. Absolutely. I 100% agree. I am in full concurrence with you. Oh, Carnage put up a fucking video. Big up Carnage. Big up Will. Big up Will. Yeah, I feel like Wirtz is always playing on the left wing for Germany now. I feel like he's always in that left-handed position. He was there in the game against Luxembourg as well. I don't think Frimpong's a bad signing. And I think that trying to replace Trent is idiotic. You have to evolve past Trent, and I think that that's what we were trying to do. But Frimpong just hasn't been fit enough, and he wasn't being played. And the reason why he wasn't being played is because Arne Slot doesn't even view the right back position in the proper way that I think he should view the right back position. We don't play wing backs. Hindsight, Isak, was it worth the money with how good Ekitike is? No, but Isak can still come good. And again, he hasn't been on the pitch enough. And I agree with Kirkes. If you're going to play Kirkes as a left-sided center back, then it was a complete waste of fucking money. Simple. Simple. Anyway, hour 43 minutes. All right. Let's call it there. I got to take a shit and I got to eat. Like the title of the video shows, someone thinks I'm a cunt. But we went through why someone might have thought that and what I said before that. You guys can come up with your own opinions on the situation. I'm not here to tell you how to think or how to feel. I'm just here to explain my side of the story when someone mentions my name. But while we're in a good taste mood, we're in a good taste mood. We're in a good taste mood. Let's buy Mark Gahey and play him at left back away from home, but only away from home. And in the summer, let's get a right-footed left center back, a proper left-footed left center back, so Gahey shifts to right center back. Okay. Let's get rid of Kanate. Let's get another center back to replace him. Let's buy Gahey. Let's switch to a pure back 3. Let's go with Kirkes and Frimpong to the right and left. Let's drop a midfielder. And you know what? I think to add to that, let's spend another 200 million on the attack. Let's go get Semenyo and Olise. And while we're at it, let's spend another 100 million on the midfield. Let's go get Adam Wharton. And you know what? Let's spend another 100 million. Let's go get Elliot Anderson. So we'll go get Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, Semenyo, Olise, and then we'll get Bastoni and Gahey. Let's go get 6 more players. And let's have 3 of them ride the bench and be rotational options. And then let's get this system to work. And yeah. Hey, one more time for the people. One more time for the people. Do you see a link? I don't. I don't see a link. I don't know. I would show my WhatsApp, but there's too many messages in there. But yeah, big up to you guys. Appreciate you hanging out. Tomorrow will be the 30th day. Tomorrow, after tomorrow, we will be taking a break. We will be taking a break. Maybe we'll do a Nottingham Forest build-up. We'll definitely do a Forest reaction. We'll see if I stream on Friday. But tomorrow makes 30 straight days of live content. And Bull, if you're still here, that's 30 straight days of clout farming. That's 30 straight days of clip farming and click farming and view farming with the worst efficiency you've ever seen. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Hit a like on the video on your way out. We'll be back tomorrow for day 30. And as always, remember, I'm a cunt. I'm a cunt, guys. Hang on. We didn't play it once today. You know, actually, after the whole breakdown that we did, this is kind of how I feel. You know, like this is really how I feel.
Would you mind loaning me some of your lipstick, Mom? Because I want to at least look pretty the next time you decide to me.
That's my knee-jerk reaction to what the stream was about today. And to anyone who disagrees with my opinions on Arnie Slot, this is all I have to say to you.
All right, Gold Member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
I stand on business. I bring receipts. I don't chat shit without evidence. I don't make points without logic and reason and evidence to back it up. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. My ass has got to take a piss. I'll see you the next time I see you, which is tomorrow. Deuces. Have a good one, people.